What's up, guys? It's Leslie, and welcome to Sunday Scaries. This is a new series that I'm launching on my social media channels and my YouTube. Follow me at leslie.horror for all your Sunday Scary stories. I'm going to be telling you some true stories and some stories that I write on my own. I'll give you a disclaimer if it's true or not. This is for entertainment purposes only. Just got to throw that in there. Okay. So let's get into this first story. Okay, guys. So this story is actually going to be something that happened to me a long time ago. This was in my childhood home, and it's honestly something that inspired a lot of my short stories and my little horror movies that I like to do that involves footsteps. So basically, when I was around 17, I started experiencing some very paranormal things happening in my room. I would stay up late. I was the only one in my household of 4 people that would stay up late. I was a true night owl. Even on school nights, I was up late all night. So this one time I was, up at night. I don't know. I was doing various things. I just did a lot of activities. It was either video games or listening to music or something. I think I was watching TV. I heard knocking on my door, and I thought that maybe somebody was awake. But the only person that could be knocking on my door, I figured would be my dad. Maybe I had my TV too loud or something like that. I don't know. So I opened the door. It's like horror movie rule number 1: don't open to entities. But nobody was there. So I just kind of was like, okay, maybe I'm hearing things. And yeah, that has to be it. I'm hearing things. Maybe it was outside. Maybe it's all good. Just hearing things. So that happened, and then later on that night I had to go to the restroom. So my restroom was in between my room and my sister's room. I go to the restroom and I leave the door open because it's really just my sister and I downstairs, and I don't really care if she walks in on me peeing. I don't care. So I leave the door open and I'm whatever, doing my business, and all of a sudden I hear footsteps, full blown sprinting up the hallway towards me, towards the restroom. And I'm like, what the hey? No, this is not good. Someone is running towards me. I get up, still peeing, and I just get up to close the door. And I was like, oh, mm-mm. And I listen. Listen. So I finish the restroom, and I'm like, who could that have been? So I kind of was like, and I yelled my sister's name out, not loud enough to wake up the house, but I, if she was awake, she would hear me. Nothing. She sleeps with her door open. So I get out of the restroom and I look, she's sound asleep. I look up around the house. Nobody's there. Nobody. My parents aren't awake, nothing. Yeah. I took myself back to my room and I stayed up the rest of the night. It was terrifying to hear that. That's kind of the end of that story. However, I do have a lot of stories from that time. It's worth it to say that I don't think that house was haunted. However, my sister does live there now, and she's completely made it her own ever since we all moved out. She moved into my childhood home, and she's done it up really well. She's really taking care of that house. It looks brand new. And she said that when she first moved in, she would not go into my room. She was like, you invited something in there. But if you guys want to hear more stories about my time in that room, I will definitely tell you. And also, I've had some things happen in my house that I've been living in here in New York happen. Now, I do live in a very, very historical town in New York. So there are some stories I've already collected up here. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday.